Well, good day there, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Dice Without Toy review. Guess what, guys? I'm in this cool Sega Genesis. That's what you Americans would call it, though. Or the Mega Drive if you live outside the USA. Of course, yes, it's a very nice looking t-shirt, though, that I'm wearing, though. At the moment, it's very hot outside, though. It's about 30 degrees something, though. I don't know, but it's not as hot as Malaysia, though. But yes, it's quite amazing, though, that in this video, I'm going to be showing you a couple of products. Of course, yes, I feel like I've got 12 seconds to do this, though. Well, not really. Just kidding. I was just yabbering at various random stuff, though, at the moment, though. But in this video, I'm going to be doing something completely and utterly different, though, because I want to re-showcase this plane. You remember I did a video where I talked about these planes? They were looking fairly nice. Well, this one here has actually been re-repaired, actually, though, because earlier on when I covered that toy, it didn't seem to be right, though. The amount of glue was inadequate, though. Obviously, I still feel like I need to glue some more bits, though, down, because, you know, some bits that look like they're about to fall apart in my hands, a lot like a knockoff toy. But nevertheless, since they're flipped-up toys, I can't digress them since they're legitimate products. Of course, this is the NetJet VHFUM, or should I say VH-FUM. To be quite obviously honest, I actually changed my mind now. This is actually quite a good looking plane, even though it looks quite tatty and ratty with the wings and also the amount of, you know, detailing plays into it. Man, it's actually still quite a nice aircraft. But of course, yes, I've actually made a very similar aircraft, and this time I'm going to go ahead and grab the webcam because, obviously, at the moment, I've actually did a bit of tidying up recently as well because, well, obviously I did some tidying up for a very specific reason. I might come to that one later on, but we're going to be taking a look at this new plane here first. Oh yeah, it's the flip-up Airlines regional aircraft, and I'm actually going to be comparing with this Flying Doctor that I've actually made, or a bit of a crash land, or a bit of a rough landing, of course. That wasn't pretty much setting up, guys, though, but of course, yes. Without sounding like a total dunce, though, as always on YouTube, I'm just going to go ahead and sit those planes together and see what we have. And it's amazing that I'm glad to be making flip-flap planes. One key difference I would have never thought that these planes would have been made in is the country of origin. In fact, it is so hot outside there, it's summertime, and the paper of these toys are actually made in Thailand. And in fact, it is hot as Thailand or Malaysia outside. Well, I don't think it is that hot, though. Well, people said to me, but Ivan, you should stop comparing tropical countries in Southeast Asia when it's freaking summertime. Well, I do things like that, though, because recently I've just been to Malaysia on holiday, and yes, obviously when you go to Malaysia on holiday, the paper that you actually get there is made in Thailand, which is actually fairly nice in quality, though. Although I would have preferred European paper because it's a lot more environmental friendly, but Thailand, since it's a tropical country, it has some very big, you know, concerns inside of my head there because, well, tropical countries tend to heavily involve in deforestation, and that's the saddest aspect about them. But nevertheless, let's take a look at this beautiful looking ERJ-145 plane. I think it's called that. It's like an Embraer ERJ-145 or 135, 140 plane. Looks quite nice. There you go, so that Airlines regional. It's a regional airplane because it's pretty much a regional jet. It's an aircraft based on a real regional jet. And to be quite obviously honest, one thing that actually caught my eye, I don't know what it was though, but let me just show you the back, because look at the turbines. The turbines on the back, they look pretty realistic though. If I should show you meticulously with that Flying Doctor plane on the background, toppling over. There you go. Since that floor looks like a desert, I feel like this could be the next airplane graveyard, and deserts make perfect airplane graveyards. But there you go, there's the turbines here. It looks almost pretty realistic, right? But it's actually just paper though. Okay, so, I mean, I have to say, this is actually very clever though, making paper planes with turbines in the back, with giant holes that are meant to be like, you know, where the jet engines are meant to be like that. You know, this is actually a fantastic replica model. It's not an amateur design, it's a fairly nice looking design. Can't go wrong with plain designs like that one, eh? Fairly nice indeed. Of course, yes, it's a perfect regional jet if you want to fly in a different countries, not far from the UK, of course. Of course, it's got the hallmarks of what I would see in flipped-up airlines. It's got that beautiful red eagle, though, with the green tail design. Of course, yes, the stabilizer. Sadly, this one doesn't have a rudder, like all flipped-up planes do. But it does have those two vertical stabilizers. Actually, the stabilizers are located on the top. This one here is the main stabilizer, I'll call it though, eh? I don't know, maybe my aeronautic engineering now would have probably, I don't know if the aircraft enthusiasts or experts can tell me what anatomy thingamajig am I literally talking about in this plane. I'm actually doing a rough and ready taxi with this plane, and the reason why I brought out this flying doctor airplane is because I want to try and do a slight comparison between those two planes I've got at the moment though. Here's the Australian Royal Flying Doctor Service plane, and if I literally sit these two together from cockpit to tail, in fact you notice that that Embraer ERJ 135 140 145 plane, whatever it is, this regional jet is slightly longer, and also the wings, if I look at it this way though, it looks pretty peculiar though. If I try and sit this, it's slightly shorter than the Flying Doctor, but the plane fuselage seems to be a lot more longer than the Flying Doctor plane, which is quite interesting to look at here. And if I take a look at the tail-wise design as well, yes, it's amazing that the tail stabilizer on the back of the Flip-Flap Airlines regional aircraft seems to have a lot much more of a taller sort of stabilizer than the Flying Doctor one. It's amazing. I would have never thought I'd be making a replica model of a real aircraft. Once again, like all Flip-Flap planes, they all got this beautiful looking, how would you say it, cartoonish looking Disney Pixar's cars / Disney planes sort of face replica on the front. Of course, yes, if you ever watched the film Cars, you would probably explain the whole anthropomorphic design on why the eyes are on the windshield and they've got faces on the front. Same thing with Disney planes. If you ever watched the whole Disney planes film, well, it didn't fly too well though, and its sequel as well. To be honest, planes was like cars all over again, but this time with airplanes instead of cars that fly to race, and not the ones that fly like in the night sky like shooting stars. Okay, please don't get started over about this meme, or else I'll be triggered. Of course, yes, I'll start to flare up if I think about that meme, for all the wrong reasons. Maybe I shouldn't, because maybe it could be a good meme. But yes, the Embraer ERJ 135 145 on 140 airplane. It's a fairly nice replica design of an aircraft. And you know what? Let's move on to something else, eh? Because obviously this plane is totally awesome. I love the brown LED detailing on the front. I don't know about you, it looks more than just a private business jet. It looks certainly cool. It's a regional airplane. This one's doing a bit of a taxi day because we want to make this plane sort of make it prepare for takeoff before we move on to the next product. It's taxiing, and I'm just gonna light backwards so prepare for takeoff. Actually, I should have done this though. Maybe I should make this plane land. No, coming back again, because I want to do another second round of a takeoff actually, and see the plane is actually something really awesome. Maybe make the plane sort of be viewed on camera. Whoa, look at it taking off. Wow, that was actually really perfect. Alright, let's move on to another set. And before we do that, let's have a crash land of this plane. Just, thankfully I'm not a pilot, I can do some very rough landings. Look at that. Oh, we crashed! And we'll do the same thing for that Royal Flying Doctor plane here as well. Ah, yes. Now, yes, there's something I just can't keep my eyes off with flip-flap planes. Of course, yes, I know it's hot and sunny there outside at the moment though, but yes, it's also quite breezy, so there's a bit of a windy, touchy feeling going on here. Maybe high 20s, I wouldn't say low 30s, but Yeah, of course, yes, I've decided to step away from meteorology because, well, maybe it's best for me not to get petrified over climate change. Well, let's not think of it a lot though, eh? Of course, it's nice and sunny and beautiful. It's tropically hot outside though, but there's some nice breezy wind to contend with this. So, with the leaves rustling outside, the trees rustling outside of the window, let's take a look at one set that I actually forgot to review though, and it's a Club Origami Penguin Club World Basic Construction DIY Duty Hardworking Penguin Quatro 12 pack, and it costs about £10.50. Now, this was a set that I've actually made. To be quite honest though, this is a set that I've actually made just before how would you say it though? I don't know about you. It was actually one of the first Flip That Penguin Club World themed products last week though. I actually made this just before this week, which I actually forgot to review this set. It comes with some tools as well, which is fairly nice. And it also comes with some penguins and some hard hats. And of course, yes, they come in 4 different colour variations. Those penguins, of course, and also the hard hats, which is fairly nice. But we also get some different tools in there as well. I think this is a set, I don't think I've covered this set before, if I remember though. It was sitting there before though, on that little boxy sort of patch section there. I don't think I've reviewed this set though, because I only reviewed 3 sets though. There was a 4th of July card, and there was a couple of penguin themed items though. I don't know if it's like the last, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to unpack this set and see what's inside. As long as I was also busy as well, so let's go ahead and unpack and see what we have. Back you come. Oh yes, of course, yes, we've got some DIY stuff going on here, a bit of construction stuff as well. Reminds me a bit of carpentry whenever I think about that one, eh? But let's go ahead and take a look, eh? Let's go ahead and peruse at all of the penguins. Let's take a look at the black one first, because it's probably one of the most relevant of all colours for a penguin. It's pretty cool. Although one disappointing factor, in fact the whole disappointing factor is that there's actually quite a lot of overspraying on the penguin's white side here as well, and there's also even more overspraying because of the felt tip pens. How would you say it? I don't know what it was though, but the felt tip pen must have pretty much it was actually a big dop of felt tip pen detailing at the back though. In fact, that must have bled super hard onto the white, or should I say, it's not really white though, it's more of an ivory sort of coloured, how would you say it, underside, belly colorization going on here, going by the looks of it though. In fact, there's a lot of overspray, not just on this part, but also on the whole penguin. And if I go to the other penguins, I think this blue one here also suffers the same fate, but I don't see that as a problem though, because, you know, it's not really bad. This one's got a bit of a different expression. Rarely ever see penguins smile like that. Okay, so looks pretty cool. Looks pretty super dandy, of course. I do not know how much overspraying. There's actually quite a lot of overspraying. There's a bit of black there, which is not that great. I don't know why, but most of the Penguin Club World themed penguins often tend to have a lot of overspraying, especially on the underside there as well. Maybe I should have taken my time without even trying to think of, you know, detailing the penguins far too much. And maybe that also explains why these penguins have got more of a transparent sort of paper design though, in the sense that in the way they're designed, it is something to be considered of. But nevertheless, they look fairly cool. This is an orange penguin. You know, I would have never thought I'd be making penguins in different colours, so it's a very bright and very vibrant orange in terms of the colorization. I would have never thought that this is a very vibrant looking colour. Fairly nice. The black penguin here has actually got eyes which look quite eerily distorted. It's quite strange though, eh? Having that. And we've also got a female pink penguin as well. Rarely we ever come across males. I wonder why the whole pink colour thing has got to be very stereotypical wise. Yes, this penguin overall though has got eyelashes. Obviously it's a female. We've got some birds chirping outside though, as I'm making this video. And to be quite obviously honest though, I'm not sure if you can hear it from the birds chirping outside. I think they were dunnocks. We've got dunnocks outside though in our backyard. And through the front yard actually though, where the garden is though. In fact, sorry if I'm getting distracted by birds today, but yes, it is something to be fairly proud of with those penguin themed toys. Of course, yes, it is nice. In fact, it's the breeding season. That's why there's a lot of birds singing outside. But yes, let's just go ahead and take a look at the hard hats next. You can pretty much, you know, attach the hard hats to whatever colour penguin you attach to. Of course, you can mix and match the penguin helmets, of course. In fact, this is very similar to what I did with the jackhammering penguins set there before though, earlier on back in, was it January? I think it was January of 2022. I have to say that this toy series is actually very successful. I would have never thought that this series of penguin related toys has actually become successful. Even with the death of the Flapping Birds toy range in, you know, late January of 2022, the Penguin Club World toy range still keeps on going, and I bet you what, there'll be even more toys in relationship to this franchise once we head towards, you know, July. And I bet you what, oh, hang on, there's something very hilarious and funny, eh? Look at that, you can actually do domino penguins. Let me just show you, eh? Look at that. Well, maybe not though, eh? Let me try and let me try and plonk the penguins onto a very sort of unsocially distanced, sorry for the reference there, eh? Sort of thing, and maybe we can do a bit of a domino trick. Nah, doesn't seem to work though. I did see one penguin toppling over. Well, sort of. Okay, without going off topic though, let's go ahead and mix and match the penguin helmets. Of course, yes, you can, how would you say it though, remove that helmet though from that black penguin. Of course, you can put the other helmet like that. There you go, you can do this for hours and hours and hours of fun, alright? Mixing and matching the penguin helmets and plonking into that one, alright? Yeah, yes, look at that. Put the other helmet on that. You know, hours and hours of, you know, tons and tons of fun, alright? Just putting the hats onto the penguins. But let's move on to the tools, because I'm very curious. It actually looks like a bit of a Father's Day sort of product though, but because we've got a girl penguin, sorry for being a bit sexist, of course, yes, we've got some tools here along the way though. Of course, yes, I don't know if it's an adult video though, because I did say the X word though, but oh, I'll be demonetized for that one, eh? But let's take a look at the tools though. Let's take a look at this hammer here first, or is it a mallet? Of course, yes, it's very nice if you have nails and stuff though. If you want to, you know, go ahead and do some carpentry and stuff. Well, obviously for me, you know what I do with hammers? Maybe smash knockoff toys and fake toys and all that stuff. You know, whenever I see bootleg, counterfeit, fake knockoff toys that I tend to see and then buy them, of course, yes, I'd rather use a hammer and just whack at them, because they're just, you know, I could just use this as a tool to destroy cheap and nasty knockoff toys that are flimsy, shoddily built, and, you know, well, I mean, they're just built for a very long, you know, just a very short time though. But these hammers are built for a long time, obviously. But let's take a look at this one here. This is a drill. Looks like some sort of weird company, Penguin Decker. It's like a rip-off of Black & Decker. It's a very weird looking power drill. And also, fun fact here, the power drill was first invented in Australia. Would you ever realise that one, eh? A bit of a very weird historical fun fact here, eh? The power drill has actually been invented in Australia, which is actually quite interesting, I suppose. And in fact, it's fairly nice, eh, that we've got a nice replica of a drill, which looks fairly nice, eh? Of course, yes, don't do that to your human skin, or else you'll be completely cut. Of course, there's a lot of power tools are dangerous there, especially hammers, drills. And apart from the Black & Decker like rip-off drill, we also get like a sander. And I don't know what it's used for though, eh? But it's quite a nice looking sander. Looks like a Ryobi sander. It's quite weird that a lot of the Penguin Club World items though don't actually resemble the items that you obtain from Club Penguin. which is quite a bit off-putting whenever I think of it. Now, I believe sand are very useful if you're going to be, you're using like, it's a little bit like sandpaper though. You just, just use it on wood and stuff. I don't know what it does though, because I'm not really a DIY tool expert. Apart from the saw here, because you know why it's got like, hopefully it's not a chainsaw. Of course, it's just like real chainsaws. You can, in fact, whenever I think of this saw here, you can just juggle that one there. Oh, nearly cut the penguin there. That would have cut its foot though. Sorry about that one, eh? Of course, yes, it's a very wood saw. Would have came in and glued the handle on together, eh? Would have made it a lot more perfect. In fact, I'm going to be doing it. Well, sorry, I thought I was going to do it now though, but sadly I don't think it's here. The glue, super glue carton, of course. But of course, yes, it looks like a fairly nice looking representation of a saw. Of course, yes, there's the teeth, the alligator teeth, or crocodile teeth though, on the saw though. Makes it very realistically dangerous though. Look how daggered the blade, the saw blade is very sort of looking like a real saw though to me, eh? It looks fairly nice. Oh boy, in fact, if I was you, being a reckless little clown though, I would recklessly juggle with that. And of course, yes, whenever I think of saws, well, guess what? You can pretty much juggle with real saws like this. And if you're even more lucky enough to be extremely risky, well, of course, yes. I could tell you what though, mind you, I'll be juggling with that. That's the fake one, of course. It's a fake saw. And if I was into chainsaws, I would rather juggle toy chainsaws. They're the sort of ones that you have to juggle before you juggle the real ones. But hey, without acting like a total clown here, I'm just going to go ahead and add and probably put these back. Actually, sorry, maybe I shouldn't put these back because I want to demonstrate onto how these penguins should be at hard work. Okay, and maybe I should depict it on the packaging because that's the most important thing to do. Yes, obviously, the way the how do you say it? Penguin helmets attached. In fact, the way the tools work is very interesting. Let me just show it to you there, guys. It's actually not too bad, alright. And we'll just go ahead and probably plonk the drill. Look at that. This penguin's off to work, and it looks like this guy is about to drill whatever he can drill. Of course, you might drill off some sort of, little thingy. Of course, maybe like something off the drill. Maybe something out of a toy to add like a washer or maybe rivet counting and stuff. I don't know. It's quite a very weird looking tool, that one, eh? But yes, even have a saw like this. Oh, it's like something out of a horror film. Could even add a, look at that. Look at that penguin. He's ready to work and he's about to use this saw. Oh, be very careful. Don't let that saw cut your flipper, of course. Hey, you know what? But I have to say, it's actually quite a fairly fantastic looking representation of a real toy. Oh god, that's just me doing a freaking saw impression there, right? That looks pretty awesome. If only if there was real wood, or fake wood, that would have been really awesome, right? But let's go ahead and there's a sander penguin here, right? Let me just mix and match those. Of course, that looks totally weird, eh? Seeing penguins at hard work, right? This is actually pretty awesome. Seeing penguins working hard and doing their own role while working at the same sort of construction site. As a team, I suppose. So let me try and do the penguin with the hammer though. Maybe I could do like Mr. Hammer, obviously. Obviously, I was actually thinking of a penguin that actually has the ability to use the hammer to destroy knockoff toys. Bootleg counterfeit toys. If there was a knockoff toy around, it would go ahead and smash it. Oh, be careful with your foot there. But mind you, it's a fairly nice looking representation of a penguin working at the construction site. Or maybe something to do with carpentry, I guess. And you've also got the little sander. So how does that penguin use that sander? Of course I need to obviously think of it though, right? We would actually come and use this. I dare say the flipper is not that long enough. Oh, there's a bit of limitation going on here. Well, sorry, doesn't work today, but nevertheless, it is actually quite a nice looking set if you're into Penguin Clubboard, but also into carpentry and also DIY stuff. Obviously, it's also the perfect Father's Day gift, even though it comes with a female penguin, without being too harsh over what gender ratio for a person would be. Put the helmets back, or hard hats actually, they're called hard hats, sorry about that one guys, for confusing the terminology between hard hats and helmets. And we'll put the penguins back! Yeah! So, this tour review has became, well, just quite but also quick at the same time though. Well, not really quick because obviously I was having so much fun with that plane and also these penguins as well. Oh yes! Sorry about that guys, I must have just, you know, flicked towards that penguin arm, that Christmas penguin arm. But anyways, hopefully I could be making plentiful amounts of Penguin Clubboard theme items just before the summer holidays begin. I think we've got what, about 1, 2, there's actually quite a lot of weeks though. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I've got 4 weeks. 4 weeks making items like that one, eh? But anyways, if you really enjoyed this very interesting video, please give this video a very honourable like if you want to see more videos like this, and subscribe on YouTube for that particular reason. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and fly for now. And I just can't help myself to hurry for a bit more plane crashes. Okay, here we go. Oh, crash! And another one. I might fly this one here too. Oh, that's a hectic crash. In fact, I might fly this baby up again. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and fly. Attacking Penguinzilla, the Christmas penguin. But anyways, thanks for watching for the second time, and bye.